In archaeology, there's always a back-and-forth claims, counterclaims, and plenty of debate. I think about Eilat Mazar, who famously said she'd discovered a wall from the time of King David and some structures dating to King Solomon. But then Israel Finkelstein visited the site, examined everything closely, and came to a different conclusion, disagreeing with her interpretation. This just goes to show, even when experts are standing in the same dirt, finding the truth can be difficult. The same thing is happening with the search for the biblical city of Sodom. Many scholars point to Bab ed-Dra and Numera as the likely sites of Sodom and Gomorrah. Others, though, claim that Tell El-Hamman is the fabled city of Sodom, destroyed in fire and brimstone. Now, the supporters of Tell El-Hamman are up against a key problem. Their claim just doesn't line up with what the Bible says. When I look at the prophetic books, Isaiah, Jeremiah, and even Jude, they all describe the area of Sodom and Gomorrah as utterly desolate, a place that's uninhabitable even centuries after the destruction. It's true that archaeologists have found a dramatic destruction layer at Tell El-Hamman dating back about 500 years. But here's the issue: the next 2,000 years of history there show a lush, thriving, and well-settled area. That's exactly the opposite of what the biblical record describes. If the Bible says the area was left desolate but the archaeology says it was bustling with life, then there's a contradiction, and I'm going to stick with the Bible every time. Just because a few people make confident declarations about a site, that doesn't mean they've gotten it right. Humans can't look back in time. We can only sift through the remains, analyze the evidence, and make educated guesses about what once was. That means I have to be especially careful when it comes to identifying ancient biblical sites. It's a bit like trying to assemble a jigsaw puzzle when 80 or 90% of the pieces are missing. The reality is, the information we have about the ancient past, biblical or secular, is always incomplete. When I look at the occupation layers at Tell El-Hamman, the evidence actually points more toward it being Shittim, or perhaps another biblical city entirely. The puzzle pieces just don't fit for Sodom. The Bible is clear on this. The area of Sodom and Gomorrah was left desolate, a stark reminder of what happens when people ignore God, disregard the scriptures, and go their own way. For me, no matter what the scientific, archaeological, or historical evidence might seem to say, the Bible's account stands firm. So when it comes to Tell El-Hamman, I'm convinced it's not Sodom.